Hey, this is a screencast series called Vim Un-Alphabet. My name is Josh Branshaw, and this is episode 29 in the series. In this episode, we'll be looking at the period character, or maybe you call it the dot character. First off, and really the headline use of the period character, is for something called the dot command. When you hit period in normal mode, it is going to repeat the last single change you made. Whether that's a deleted line, a formatted visual selection, or a series of keystrokes in insert mode, the dot character will replay that change. For example, I can open a new line in insert mode hitting O, then I can type out some text. Once I hit escape, going from insert mode back to normal mode, that's the end of my single change. If I now hit dot, it's going to repeat the change, including the opening new line. The dot command is handy when you need to do small, quick repeats, where recording a macro would be overkill. Though to be clear, macros can be used to record and repeat a whole series of changes, not just one. The dot command can be used to repeat standard Vim behavior, like applying indentation. As an example, I have this line down here. If I hit right angle bracket twice, it performs a single indentation. Now, rather than continuing to hold Shift and double tap the right angle bracket key, I can instead do a couple taps of the dot to get to my desired indentation. Similarly, the dot command can be used to repeat plugin changes that are dot compatible. A great example of this is casing coercion with the Vim Abolish plugin. So let's say I have been writing too much Ruby, and then I find myself having typed out a whole block of JavaScript using snake case. What I want is for the variable name and each of the keys to be in camel case. Using Vim Abolish, I can hit CRC with my cursor over the word to change it to camel case. I can then go and repeat that coercion for the rest of these with the dot command. I encourage you to keep the dot command at the front of your mind. You'll be able to use it all over the place every day if you look for the opportunity. Next, we can hit Z period in normal mode to redraw the current line at the center of the window. So if I'm down here and I want this line to be centered, I can hit Z period and now it's at the center. This is a great way to get a paragraph or a code block quickly centered so that you can see the whole thing at once. The period character is also used to represent the current line in command line ranges. As an example of that, let's say I want to apply a substitution from this current line until the end of the file, where I replace the word the with all caps the. If I hit enter, you can see it made changes to the end of the file, but nothing above line 49 was touched. Last off, the period is a built-in mark that Vim uses to represent the position of the last change. So if I were to hit backtick period, Vim will jump the cursor here to line 49, which is where I initiated my last change, the substitution. This is what is used by the G semicolon command that we saw in an earlier episode. That's it for this episode. Be sure to check out the help files to see more details on the period character. In the next episode, we'll be looking at the comma character.